Shaun, thank you very much for joining me. Really good to talk to you. Now, Shaun, I want to ask you, in your view, do you think this spells the end for Liz Truss?
I certainly hope not, for the good of us all. We've had probably the most unstable period of government in living memory. If we're going to get anything done, we need someone to stay there and get the job done. So I hope she stays. And of course, if you're a member of the Conservative Party, you want her to stay. She was the chosen candidate. She won. And I'd say this to Conservative MPs as well. If they believe infighting and removing Liz is protecting their seats, they better think again. What will protect their seats is somebody actually delivering from the Conservative Party. And unfortunately, I'm in violent agreement with Anne. We needed someone to give us a new direction economically. If you look at what's happened in this country for the last 10, 15 years, it's been this sort of tax and spend globalist approach, and it has not worked. And I think because of all of what's been written in the mainstream media, people have forgotten that we were very unhappy with the situation we were in. Yes, the Prime Minister herself would admit she could have done things better. She certainly could have communicated it better. And let's be clear, she's in a lot of trouble, but I want her to stay. I think we all need her to stay. And what she needs to do is stick to her guns. She has to stick to her guns, because if she doesn't, we've all got a big problem.
So do you think then that she'll manage to survive? Because, I mean, obviously, I don't think it's in the best interest of the Conservative Party to have a general election straight away, because it looks to me like they would lose. So what now for the Tory party? Would you say that they should call a general election, or do you think that they should try and hang on until 2025?
Theresa May taught us a very important lesson. An early general election is always a disaster. She was in the complete reverse of this situation. She had a great lead, and look what that turned into. So general election should be off the cards. And look, there's many Conservative MPs who are worried about their seats, but they need to sit in a dark room and consider what they're doing. They are now doing the work of the Labour Party. Look, to lose one Prime Minister is unfortunate. To lose two is beyond negligence. They've got to get together. Those MPs need to sit down, if they supported Liz or not, and make it work. Because if you look what people are saying now, it's like an omni-shambles. It's looking like an inevitability that Labour can win. And the only way... Excuse me?
I said, well, it's a joke. I mean, the way they're behaving, it's laughable.
The only way we can change the punchline to that joke is for Conservative MPs to get in line. They are the people who need to push against this feeling of inevitability. I personally don't think it's inevitable that Labour wins. I remind everybody how they felt about Neil Kinnock. They thought he was going to win. Yeah. I remind you how they all felt about John Major. They thought he was going to lose. And we know how that all turned out. A year and a half is a long time in politics. If Liz shows that she's a leader, and I believe she is a leader, if she shows that she's a leader, she can get it done.